At 20, Tommy Morrison was Tyson all over again, tearing through the heavyweight division with a left hook registered as a lethal weapon.
Now, but he was really rocking the left hook.
The Olympic trials, a big right hand.
Join us as we take you on a nostalgia trip through the Duke at his most dangerous, easily destroying grown men before he could legally drink alcohol. This is the Morrison they compared to Tyson. This is the boxing lab. Let's go. 10 days into being 20, Tommy Morrison was 2 fights deep and unbeaten. And Joe Adams was next in line at Oklahoma City, Morrison's home turf, where the crowd already knew what was coming. From the opening bell, Morrison's left hook was loaded and looking for a home. Adams found out the hard way that Morrison didn't need a warm-up round. Three fights, 3 first-round knockouts, and the Duke was just getting warmed up. Just 5 days later, Morrison was back, and poor Elvin Evans walked straight into the biggest hype train in the Midwest.
As good as I've seen in the Midwest, if not the whole entire world.
Morrison unleashed his trademark thunder.
Morrison impresses the Detroit fan.
Evans joined Adams on the canvas, and Morrison's reputation as a first-round executioner was rapidly taking shape. 1 week later, Morrison traveled to Great Falls, Montana to face Mike Foley, a fireman who had no business being in the same ring as the Duke. It took 8 seconds. Foley retired from boxing the next morning. 2 weeks later, Morrison made his debut at the Felt Forum in New York, and the TV announcers warned viewers not to visit the fridge because Morrison's fights had a habit of ending before they got back.
It right from the start with Sam Rosen and Gil Clancy.
Football that he does.
From the start, Morrison came forward like a man who had something to prove.
We can hear that left.
Ali's got to use that jab and keep that. Stay off those ropes. Stay at us in 2 or 3 rounds.
Boy, left, right, he just hits with everything.
Good punch. Kid started boxing when he was about 10 years old. He's got almost.
Well, that's what Ali's trying to see if he can do tonight.
Ali, it would be a better idea for him to use that left jab and use that
Plowing in, coming after Ali.
For the first time in his career, Morrison was taken past the first round.
Morrison in the second round to the first. 5-0 as a professional. 5 first round in his youth.
Ali's doing a pretty good job this round. Clean. He's throwing enough punches to keep Morrison at bay. Quite gingerly throwing a lot of jabs, and he's throwing a lot of punches and anywhere. Good left hook, yeah, coming up out of that bench.
Morrison hits with a right. And that
Fought that stool with a lot of fire either.
it says it's scheduled to go 6. We're in the 3rd round now. From West.
Good right hand by Ali.
For 3 rounds, Ali absorbed punishment like a human punching bag.
Because he just walked right into a good right hand. Good fighter should be going to the body a little bit more.
Both trying to work that here. Good left.
But you got a lot to work with. He takes a good punch, and he's a real. It looks like he's a real good. He punches on the way in. Ali won't have a chance to cling to him. There it is. Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
A delay. Fred Yusi asks Ali, is he okay?
Then, Morrison decided playtime was over.
I don't know if I'd want to leave the stool, tell you the truth.
A finisher. Yep. Good right uppercut.
Oh, that is to go. Fred Yusi, much to the chagrin of the audience here, letting it go. I think he's going to stop it now. Morrison.
6 fights in a month, and Tommy was only just getting started. Morrison's next stop was Biloxi, Mississippi, and poor Lee Moore picked the worst night of his life to make his professional debut. Morrison's left hook broke Moore's nose in the opening round, and from there, it was just a matter of time. Moore would go on to fight Riddick Bowe 6 months later, but after what Morrison did to him, he was never the same. By late March, Morrison was back in Kansas, and this time he brought a new nickname with him. For the first time, the ring announcer introduced him as Tommy the Duke Morrison, and Alan Jameson was about to find out what that name meant. Eight fights in less than 3 months, and he wasn't slowing down. Now Morrison was ready for a real test. Lorenzo Boyd had shared the ring with Mike Tyson, Tyrell Biggs, and Trevor Berbick, the kind of opponent who separates prospects from pretenders.
Mike Tyson, acknowledged to be the best
But the Duke didn't care.
by John Brown to see Tommy box and possibly Tommy's career both in and out of the ring. Superstar.
The same man Tyson destroyed, Morrison had just done the same thing. The comparisons weren't going away. Morrison had just signed with Bill Caton, the same man who managed Mike Tyson, and his first fight under the new deal was televised on Wide World of Sports. Undefeated Mike McGrady was the opponent, a truck driver by day who was about to get run over.
First round, Boyd, it should be pointed out, for what it's worth, last
It didn't last long.
gone against Morrison has been the 4th round.
Whoa, there he goes.
And this, an early.
Irish McGrady got up and looked at the wrong corner for advice. Stay down.
Well, McGrady has not fought in over a year. He is and appears to be headed for an early departure.
He doesn't have to worry about defense here. McGrady is purely on the survival course here.
Combination to
And also we have the standing 8 so that any combination thereof, and he's gone. There he is, gone. That's the first round. 3 knockouts is all there is.
By now, the Morrison hype train had left the station. A month later, Morrison was back at Trump Plaza against Ricky Nelson, a man bold enough to stick his tongue out at the Duke in the middle of the 2nd round.
Boxing. He persuaded Gary Selesner and Bernie Dillon, his longtime friends at Trump Plaza.
Business stays in boxing.
That confidence didn't last long.
Recognizing the unique attraction of Caton recommended the tie-in to the Trump Plaza people, and this is highlighting boxing's newest attraction, Tommy the Duke.
Nelson's corner threw in the towel. 11 fights, 11 wins, and Morrison hadn't even reached the summer yet. By August, Morrison had made Atlantic City his second home, and Mike Robinson was the next man to walk into the buzzsaw at Bally's Park Place.
Saw him put the land shark, revealing that he wouldn't remember his biggest highlight here.
From the opening bell, Morrison stalked Robinson like a predator hunting wounded prey.
You can see Morrison time his last two fights. Caton saw a videotape as a courtesy to a friend of Tyson and took him over. Heavy-handed puncher, Morrison. Good body shot, practically double. Make you so wary as a fighter when someone with the power of Morrison is bearing in on you. There was the left hook, and it hurt Robinson, who doubles up. Morrison wisely goes back to the body. Robinson just trying to get out of trouble and get through the round.
Then came the body shot that would become one of Morrison's signature weapons.
Left hook and leans over and gets maximum power into that. Punishing body shots by Morrison, just doing a great job of the body, and Robinson goes down. Robinson has 10 seconds left. It won't take much more. Big right hand, and Robinson is in trouble again. Robinson's blood from the nose of Robinson now. Robinson just trying to get out of the way. Takes an uppercut. Smoger will step in just a moment here. This isn't going to go. But if all you can do is move back into the path of shots, very dangerous. That's exactly what Morrison is doing here. Bad intention, he said. Big right hand. Once again, Robinson in trouble. Go to school off. Robinson showed that he came here for a reason, at least. Huge body shot, and down goes Robinson.
Robinson's corner had seen enough by the second round. The Duke was relentless. 2 weeks later, Morrison was back at the Showboat Casino in Atlantic City against Jesse Shelby, his 15th fight in just 9 months.
And a dangerous situation to be in, self-managed.
Bouts, beginning at the age of 13, when he conned his way into a fight with his trained manager, and Morrison working over his man on the ropes here and getting the best of it.
From the opening bell, Morrison came forward like a freight train with bad intentions.
Not throwing much here. Morrison working to the body, then trying to go upstairs as he does here. His last outing, he worked effectively to the body.
Shelby tried to box and move, but you can't outrun a hurricane when it's hunting you down.
Fought a southpaw as a profession. He did as an amateur. Incidentally, as an amateur, he lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand followed up on the left by Morrison, and Shelby is in a seated position and may not make it up.
Somewhere in America, a man named Frank Stallone was watching on ESPN and picking up the phone to call his brother. In September, Morrison headed to Harrah's Lake Tahoe to face Rick Ennis, a man who had committed the ultimate sin against the Morrison family. Ennis had publicly humiliated Tommy's older brother Tim in the ring, and now the Duke was here to collect the debt.
If you will, with the Denver Broncos, the National Football League. Now a fighter.
Morrison entered the ring with murder in his eyes.
Right hand, which I think would be a good hook. He's hurt already by the hook.
The Duke was sending a message to anyone who dared disrespect his bloodline.
Well, I didn't even have a chance to say it when we spoke with Rick Ennis this morning. He said, I got to stay away from that left hook.
And he immediately got...
Morrison turned Ennis's mouth into a crime scene, leaving his opponent needing a dentist more than a doctor.
Legs back under him now, but he was really rocked with the left hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it. 6. And Mills Lane will let it go.
One more knockout and it's over. That's it.
Justice had been served, Nobody puts hands on a Morrison without paying the ultimate price. 2 weeks later, David Jacko picked up the phone on 24 hours' notice. The same David Jacko who'd fought Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Buster Douglas, Tony Tucker, and just about every other heavyweight with a pulse. If there was a ring and a payday, Jacko was in it.
Losses, but of his 21 wins, 18 of them have been by knockouts, so you know that he's got some power.
Yeah, and
But even the busiest man in boxing couldn't survive Morrison's left hook.
On the pool this morning, I think.
yeah, and it doesn't look like he's been in real hard training for Morrison. He's a lefty, and now have to face a right-hander.
There's a left hand. Jacko's down and probably out. What a huge shot.
Tyson knocked him out. Foreman knocked him out. But none of them did what Morrison just did. Morrison's next fight was announced by Michael Buffer and aired live on ESPN. Harry Terrell had a record of 16 wins, but none of that mattered once the bell rang.
Elusive boxer wants to stick and run against the powerful Morrison. He said he's never fought anybody like that would stick and run and get in trouble like that. And the movie star, just within the last couple of weeks,
From the first bell, Morrison turned Terrell into a human punching bag.
the left and has the opponent protecting himself or trying to against the ropes.
And this is where Harry Terrell does not want to be.
Then, Terrell was sent crashing to the canvas, but Morrison wasn't finished with his masterpiece.
There's the left hook, and down goes Terrell. This first round, he's got 43 seconds to do it.
Again, Morrison looking for the uppercut. He used it effectively. He's also getting blocked by that Morrison left hand. But you know what? Harry Terrell has reddened the nose of Morrison. He's landing some punches, but he...
The final combination left Terrell hanging on the ropes, like a puppet with cut strings.
Hurry at 227 pounds. Big right hand. If he gets up, I'll be the most surprised person in the Coliseum.
This fight should be over.
That one made the highlight reels, and the whole country saw it. 9 days later, Morrison was back for his final knockout as a 20-year-old. Charles hosted her in Kansas City, right in the Duke's backyard. Morrison came out like a man who wanted to finish 1989 the same way he started it.
Charlie Hustetter becomes another first-round knockout victim of Tommy Morrison.
15 knockouts at 20 years old, 19 fights, 19 wins, 0 defeats. The kid from Oklahoma had announced himself to the world, and Sylvester Stallone was already on the phone. What came next would make him a household name. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and let me know who would have won if 19-year-old Tyson and 20-year-old Morrison ever fought. Thanks for watching.